Good morning again. I thought we'd have a change this morning. No more ramblings for the time being, no more grumbles. Once again, I've answered some of the replies I got on the last videos. Very grateful for, actually. I seem to remember things happened a long time ago. Unfortunately, don't always remember people's names, but someone sent a name in which I must admit I do remember, but I didn't remember at the time. That was Alf Woodward, who was the founder of the Asclepiadaceae. I know I'm overlapping a bit here, but yes, Asclepiadaceae was a society devoted to that group of plants which are generally quite difficult plants to grow, require a little bit of extra heat. And it brought back memories to me, I must admit. Some good memories, some sad memories. I know his plants were, I don't know whether he was taken ill, but his plants were in a locked greenhouse and no one seemed to know how to get into the greenhouse. So these poor plants perished, which was a great pity because he had some very nice things. He was a good grower, specialising, as I say, in stapelias. Anyhow, getting back to the lamps, which I'm supposed to be talking about today. The first one, I'm going to put a group of 3 separate videos up. It should suffice for the day. Here we've got what's known as a squirrel cage type lamp. These were old. As you can see, it's a pip top. I haven't lit this one up, or when I say I haven't lit it up, there is a short circuit on the actual filament. Great pity. It hasn't blown, but the filament has touched the adjacent filament, so it goes a bit brighter now. But I haven't used it because, you know, I don't want to cause it to blow. The bulb's intact, but the filaments do tend to touch. These were a straight wire type of lamp. Don't know if I can show it a bit better. There's the actual filament. These were the typical lamp of the day. This one's American. The name is on the side. I don't know if it comes up. There's the name. I'll read it out. It's Edison Mazda. And you've got the GE trademark in the little ring. So it's Edison Mazda. Quite an old lamp. On the pinch we've got some letters there. I think is 1C5. That's what's pressed out on the actual pinch. This has obviously had some use, but I won't be lighting it to show you because the fact is it's I don't want to cause it to blow. So there are these were a vacuum lamp as well, and this was what you would probably have in the early days. Now the shape has come back. There's so many modern lamps of this style has come back from China, I think, either in tungsten or LED. They're not the real thing, they're an imitation, but nevertheless They probably look nice in antique light fittings, but this you see in here is the real McCoy, genuine squirrel cage type lamp. As I say, the name squirrel cage refers to the filament arrangement, which if you can imagine a squirrel being caught in a cage, that is what it means, squirrel cage. They were used up to fairly recently, I remember, as navigation lamps. The modern ones made probably 50s, 60s. I think they were turned out by Thorn. I had the Osram name on them as well, some of them, but I believe Thorn made them. And they were made, as far as I can remember, with a screw base, or were they? I'm not too sure. They may have been either bayonet or screw, but these lamps were turned out to be navigation lamps used on ships, and they were more or less an exact copy of the old lamps. Okay, they weren't tip-top, but they were quite well-made lamps and were available. A lot of them were sold for the Norel outdoor light fitting, which they fitted in beautifully, and they did look the part. Well, they, as I say, they were a tungsten lamp. Alternatively, you could have used a carbon filament lamp, but they use more juice and were a little bit wasteful in money. But that's what those lamps were used for. So they were a squirrel cage. I don't know whether they're available now, possibly not. But I remember getting some of these. They were in, I think, 60 and 40 watts, if I can remember rightly, our voltage. But they were navigation lamps used on ships. Anyhow, that's more or less all I've got to say on here. Once again, I don't know where I got this lamp from. Possibly from that collection I bought up in Yorkshire some years ago. I wish I had sort of put a number on them or something to list them, but unfortunately I didn't. World's full of good intentions. That was an intention I didn't take up. So there we are. One American squirrel cage lamp, pip-top. Looking at it when it did light up, it was a possibly 110 volts, I would think. But as I say, I don't want to light it up again, even on the Variac, because I don't want to blow the filament. So once again, thanks for watching. I don't know what I'm going to put up next, but it'll be a lamp. Thanks again for watching. Any comments, please make. Thank you.